Good morning, Josh. It's Friday. On Sunday of this past Sunday was Father's Day, and I have been thinking a lot about Father's Day and a lot about, weirdly enough, the history of Father's Day. I had no idea where Father's Day came from. I'd always just known it as a reality, so I never thought about why it matters or where it originated from. And I have to talk about. I don't like the San Francisco Giants. I'm an Atlanta Braves fan. I have been my entire life. And I know you live in Atlanta. I don't want you to be offended by this sweatshirt. It is a sweatshirt I got at Goodwill over a decade. I mean, at least 10, maybe 15 whole years ago at some point. And I don't know if I got it or one of my brothers got it, but I have ended up with it. And I am the keeper of the most comfortable sweatshirt in the world. Back to Father's Day. I had an amazing Father's Day. Henry is 6. He's old enough to make it fun and like or that we get to have fun together doing it, doing things and having a blast. Like he took time and made me this huge poster, which I'll add a picture of, and just was so thoughtful and wanted me to know how much he loves me. I was like, this is beautiful. This is amazing. This is the best. And I also um, then just got my wheels turning of like, well, where did this come from? Like, why do we have this day? Like, and what's happening? I think it was 1972 when Richard Nixon made Father's Day a national holiday, which is pretty wild. Mother's Day had been around since post Civil War during the Reconstruction era, and in West Virginia, it was started. Mother's Day was kind of started to have Union and Confederate moms working together in the West Virginia communities. Um, and then it just kind of grew out of that, and it became more commercialized in like 1908, and then Father's Day shows up around 1910, 1912, and slowly builds and has it becomes its own thing. And then in like the 1920s and 30s, people were like, why don't we just have a day called Parents' Day? Which in 2024, I feel great about Parents' Day. I think that would be great if we did it one day. We got to celebrate together and just be like, woohoo, we are parents, and that's fun. Um, and so in the 1920s and 30s, that was a push. But when they sent in the 1940s the men to war in World War II, there was then this like, well, we're going to honor our men, our fathers, with Father's Day. So it has this deep tie back to this like this time of great worldwide fear, of angst, of pain, of loss. And so Father's Day is this really interesting thing. It is um, uh, like all a lot of like it's so many things in one. That's what I'm trying to say. And and I think it's a beautiful example of how a lot of people experience being a father and also becoming a father. And I've thought a lot this week about reflecting on my own experience of becoming a father and the over 2 years of waiting that we went through, which doesn't sound like a long time until you're in that time, where you don't know what's going to happen, and it's heartbreaking and disappointing and um, overwhelming and so many other feelings and all the other feelings, and and you don't know how to be um, anything other than sad about it a lot when it's a struggle, when it's not happening like you thought it would. And there's other dads who have it was like, oh yeah, like we didn't have to wait basically at all. As soon as we wanted to have a baby, we had a baby. Um, and so there's a lot of routes to becoming a father. There's a lot of ways that people act as fathers, whether or not they're a biological father or not. And I think I want to just say like for the dads who are dads, and it was smooth, and you became a dad, and you were like, this is the best thing ever, and that you hope you feel celebrated and honored. If you're a dad who had to wait some time and it was difficult and challenging, and now you're now a dad that I hope you feel celebrated. If you're a dad who went the adoption route, and for whatever reason the fertility clinic or the fertility process was just it wasn't happening, and you adopted your child, I hope you feel celebrated. And if you're somebody who is longing and waiting for your chance to be a dad, I hope you feel seen. Sorry, I was doing it. Just doing a thumbs up on accident. I hope you feel seen and known, and I hope you have community, because I know from experience that feels isolating, and it is isolating. Um, but you're not actually alone. There are many of us who have walked that route. I hope you find community and support as you navigate it. Um, to the dads everywhere, to the dads who stand in the gap, thank you. Um, and we celebrate you. Happy Father's Day. Happy Friday, Josh. And I'll see you on Monday.